Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And during T-Mobile's quarterly earnings call, there was an extensive business update, T-Mobile for Business, or TFB as they call it for short internally at T-Mobile. So I wanted to play this, it's like 2 minutes and 30-second clip so you guys can get the entire update. It was a lot of information that I would have had to write down. So I just decided to play you guys this clip, and then we'll discuss it once the clip is finished playing. So this is Kali Field. She's the president of the business group. So we'll go ahead and play this clip here.
And I got to tell you, so is this TFB team. We beat our benchmark competitor again in postpaid phone net adds, in postpaid net adds, and in voice churn. We're continuing to see profitable growth, rising CLVs in all segments. We also just declared our 9th consecutive quarter of positive port trends in all segments against our competitors. In enterprise, let me narrow in specifically on a couple of the segments and some customer wins and use cases. Enterprise, we had our best activations on record. So considerable growth across all of our solutions, and working with existing customers like American Airlines, where we're developing BTS solutions for their airplane operations, or new logo growth with New York Life Insurance, where we are helping them combine solution with Smarsh to make sure that their voice communications are secure. In government, we saw double-digit growth quarter over quarter and net adds across phone, BTS, and in HSI, and a lot of that growth is supported by wins in the Fed via the Spiral 4 contract. So we are growing and winning with the Army, the Air Force, and the Y-12 National Security Complex. And then when I think about HSI in particular, this was one of our strongest quarters ever, highest net adds in fixed wireless, and we're doing really well. So we saw a lot of wins this quarter with retail multi-site. So new customers include Lowe's, Spirit Halloween, PetSmart, and then in education, where we're able to solve some connectivity problems with some of the largest school districts in the country, like Houston ISD, and then again, like I mentioned before, bringing our fixed wireless solutions to the Department of Defense. And we certainly have more room to run. With ANS, we had some really cool deployments this year. We're starting with advanced network solutions to really see our pipeline continue to grow, and then continue to see more and more deals close each quarter, which the team's working hard against that target. Oxy Petroleum is an example, Chetan, to answer your question online, where we deployed a hybrid ANS solution across 20 of their manufacturing plants, and so that's some of the work that we've been doing this last quarter. I'll hand it to part 3.
Great.
And I got to tell you, so is this TFB team.
So there you have it. Solutions, solutions, solutions. They're able to provide solutions for everything in business. Private networking, they have ANS, Advanced Network Solutions. They're providing businesses with FWA. So for those of you who are familiar with government, who work for the federal government, if you're familiarized with the government and contracting, T-Mobile is going to win a lot there, and they're going to win big there. Like the Spiral 4 contract, they're going to take a lot of those accounts. For those of you who are familiar, 99.9% of the time, as it pertains to government contracting, the lowest bidder wins. It's always the case. That's all branches, the Army, the Air Force, the Navy, Marines, the lowest bidder wins. And T-Mobile is going to be the lowest bidder. So unless AT&T and Verizon want to go below that, like I said, the lowest bidder wins. So they're going to win big in government. They're going to take those accounts. I mean, she even stated they're serving the Department of Defense with FWA. So they don't offer wireline. They don't own any fiber. So they really, if we're being honest here in this video, T-Mobile has no offloading. Their network is getting slammed around the clock, right? At least when Verizon and AT&T go to government accounts or Department of Defense accounts and agencies, they have offloading onto the wireline network. T-Mobile is stressing that wireless network around the clock. They're providing FWA solutions. They're providing hybrid solutions where you might get mobile service, you might get FWA. I mean, they're doing it all, and they're doing it aggressively. You've heard several current partners they're working with. Recently, not too long ago, we got the Delta partnership. They got like 60,000 plus wireless lines. She talked about American Airlines. So they're working that account. They're working with, they're working with all sizes right now. All sizes, enterprise, large, big, medium, whatever. She mentioned Lowe's, Spirit Halloween, and there was another one. I forgot the name of it, but they're working with all of them. And I told you guys some other ones in the past too, like AutoZone, Circle K, for those of you who are familiar with that gas station. They have those accounts, and she mentioned several others. So they are providing solution after solution after solution, and they're doing it successfully. So she mentioned they beat their benchmark competitor again in voice churn and net ads on business. I mean, it's working. They are a well-oiled machine now in this instant, and I think they're hitting their stride on business, and I think it's going to be very, very, very consistent each and every quarter. It's going to be very consistent. You know, they've hardly had any growth on business. They just weren't confident, I would say, right? During LTE, they were pretty much a startup wireless company, if you will. And they were growing, but they weren't confident to sit at the table with the CIOs. They just couldn't provide they didn't have enough assets. They just couldn't do it. But now it's a totally different ballgame. They are going to sit at each and every meeting. They're going to be at any and every table, dinner, lunch, breakfast table, whatever. And they're going to go after these accounts. Each and every quarter, they're going to try to close more and more. They're going to talk to the CIOs because they are now confident that they have the best network, the overall best network. That's not me, that's them. They're saying that the 5G leadership is translating into overall best network. So they must be confident enough now to really display that, to really bring these solutions to healthcare, to government, to the private sector with hybrid solutions, ANS, FWA. Now they're probably running certain POS systems at Spirit Halloween. They might be doing it at Lowe's. Who knows? They are very, very ambitious. They're an ambitious company, and they're going to go for more of these bigger accounts. They're not going to rest on their laurels. They're just not going to do it. They have a lot more mid-band to move to 5G. They have C-band to deploy. They're now testing millimeter wave, and I'm positive that this whole testing millimeter wave for 5G home internet, I think that could make its way to business too, and government. They do have some joint bidding that they do on like the Spiral 4 contracts with Lumen. Lumen has some fiber across military bases, but it's not a lot that they do with that. So they have to support a lot of this on their FWA. So like I said, their network is taking on a lot of load, man. I'll be very honest. For now, in the short term, I'm not really too concerned about congestion creeping up. But in the midterm to long term, the way that they're growing and they're loading up, and they have no offload. What are they going to offload to? Right? For those of you who have asked that before, or ask yourself, right? What do they offload to? They don't have wireline. They can't offload to anything. When you talk about FWA home broadband, it's the wireless network. So when you, as a T-Mobile customer on the mobile side, leave outside and go inside your home, you're still on the same tower. You're just connecting to your router. So there is no offload. So be looking forward to T-Mobile managing this network very closely. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to ruin the experience, but they're going to have to manage this usage very closely. That's where probably that L4S comes in for 5G Advanced, where they can monitor the video usage. and everything else. They have to monitor this, and they have to really prioritize so everyone can have a good experience. The mobile user can have a great experience still. They said this is all a mobile first approach anyway, but still they have to give the FWA user a great experience too, especially as that side continues to grow in demand as well. Like T-Mobile said, they're using about 0.5 terabyte on average, and that's growing 10% every year. So, I mean, more devices are being added. More people are using the internet. There are newer video games coming out that are large downloads, like the new Black Ops 6, I think is like 300 gigs. I mean, if you're downloading that in one shot, you're adding 300 gigs to your usage for the month in one shot. So it's just crazy amounts of usage. They say they can handle it. They're using AI, and these use cases are just going to get crazier, right? They stated it not too long ago. They knew 5G would go beyond the mobile device. So any and everything that can connect to a wireless network, they want to be able to monetize and connect it. Keep that in mind. So the 5G laptops, as those take off, whatever, T-Mobile wants to connect it and monetize. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you're new. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. See y'all at the next one. Peace.